Chapter 3: Selecting the Research Methods. Applied research tends to be more pragmatic and emphasizes providing information that is immediately usable in the resolution of actual problems. Action research. According to Wilson, action research in the original sense is participative, organizational research on problem. Isaac and Michael identify the following basic steps in action research: defining the problem or setting the goal, reviewing the literature, formulating testable hypotheses, arranging the research setting, establishing measurement techniques and evaluation criteria, analyzing the data, and evaluating the results. Evidence-based research. Evidence-based research for decision-making could be considered a type of applied or action research and has become very popular within the library and information science domain during the past 5 years. Evaluative research, as a type of applied research, has as its primary goal not the discovery of knowledge, but rather a testing of the application of knowledge within a specific program or project. Qualitative research. Qualitative researchers have used a variety of methods and techniques, many drawn from anthropology and sociology. They have ranged from one's traditional use in quantitative research, such as observation and the interview, to less common ones such as mechanical recording and photography. Specific research methods. Having decided on the general approach to be taken in the research study, the researcher must next identify one or more specific methods that he or she wishes to employ to gather the necessary data. Survey research has been defined as the research strategy where one collects data from all or part of a population to assess the relative incidence, distribution, and interrelations of naturally occurring variables. Experimental research. The researcher manipulates that less one independent variable controls other relevant variables and observes the effect on one or more dependent variables. Historical research. Isaac and Michael describes the purpose of historical research as one of reconstructing the past systematically and objectively by collecting, evaluating, verifying, and synthesizing evidence to establish facts and reach defensible conclusions, often in relation to particular hypotheses. Operations research. According to O'Neill, the standard approach to applying operations research includes the following steps: formulating the problem, constructing a mathematical model to represent the system under study, deriving a solution from the model, testing the model and the solution derived from it, establishing controls over the solution, putting the solution to work, implementation. Modeling, which is sometimes used synonymously with simulations, is at the heart of the operation research methodology. A model is an abstract, a mental framework for analysis of system. Systems analysis is another process that might better be taught after as management technique than a research method. It actually has characteristic of both. Case study is a specific field or qualitative research method and thus is an investigation of phenomena as they occur within any significant intervention of the investigators. It seems to be appropriate for investigating phenomena when a large variety of factors and relationships are included. No basic laws exist to determine which factors and relationship important. Delphi study is a procedure using sequential questionnaires by which the opinions of experts can be brought to bear on issues that are essentially non-factual. Content analysis. The ALA Glossary of Library and Information Science defines content analysis as analysis of manifest and latent content of a body of communicated material as a book or film through a classification, tabulation, and evaluation of its key symbols and themes in order to ascertain its meaning and probable effect. Bibliometrics is a special type of documentary research for inquiry into the tools or library and information science. Task-based research is research that focuses on the circuiting of specific tasks. It is not a research methodology per se. Comparative librarianship. There is a long-standing debate over whether comparative librarianship is a research method or subject matter. As a subject, it deals with phenomena in librarianship that can be compared. Technology-based research methods. One of the difficulties in doing so has to do with reconciling the scientific method with activities that are more similar to product development than to basic research. Ethics of research are in fact of importance to all kinds of social and behavioral research, especially when the research involves human subjects. Unfortunately, one ethical practices seems to have become more common in recent years, and a growing percentage of unethical practices are relatively difficult to detect. Guidelines for LIS professionals. A few books and articles have been concerned, at least in part, with ethical issues somewhat specific to LIS practitioners and researchers. Westbrook, for example, in her book on the analysis of community and information lines, stressed that anonymity or confidentiality of everyone involved must be maintained. Ethics for research on the Internet. The ubiquity of information exchange on the Internet, for example, has led to discussion among researchers regarding the ethics of collecting public submissions to mailing lists, discussion boards, and sites. Although chat rooms and individual email exchanges are considered to be private. Scientific and research misconduct. As Krathwohl stated, ethical standards are in effect a constraint on research, and they can be divided into two aspects: the legal and institutional constraint designed to protect the people from whom data are gathered, and the responsibility of the individual researchers for proper conduct above the beyond legalities.